Zephaniah, an Old Testament prophetic book, is believed to have been written by the prophet Zephaniah. The book consists of only 3 chapters and was written in the late 7th century BCE. Zephaniah's prophecies address the impending judgment and destruction of Jerusalem due to the nation's idolatry, injustice, and social corruption. Now, contextualizing this, Zephaniah existed and wrote during a time when the Jewish people had experienced exile in Babylon, were now facing the challenge of returning to their homeland and rebuilding their temple. The surrounding nations posed threats and had influence both politically and culturally over Jerusalem. In this context, Zephaniah's words were intended to encourage and uplift the Israelites, reminding them of God's promise and God's faithfulness. Then and now, times of national pain and challenge can lead to collective feelings of grief, fear, anger, despair, often intertwined, casting a shadow over the national spirit. Like nations today, when attacked or destroyed, the people sometimes experience a sense of loss, uncertainty, vulnerability, which can lead to heightened anxiety and emotional distress. The positive impact is that people will bond and become more unified by the external forces and stress that are upon them. The negative impact is that people will point fingers and assign blame, fostering rising rates of anxiety, depression, stress, and disunity. Compare the state of the nation coming out of 9/11 versus the state of the nation coming out of the COVID pandemic. In Zephaniah, we find a message of hope, redemption, and restoration. He is not falsely steering the nation down a path of blind hope. Zephaniah is prophesying about the future of Israel, helping to bond the nation in the midst of anguish. Zephaniah paints a picture of a triumphant king entering Jerusalem on a humble donkey. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? This is a symbol of humility and peace. He then tells that God will bring peace even to those that they consider heathens. This imagery invokes emotions of joy, relief, and anticipation for Israel, a change from the daily dose of chaos and turmoil that had engulfed their lives. It reminds us that even in the midst of challenges, God will bring hope and offer solace to our weary souls. The passage speaks of liberation from oppression and freedom from captivity and the restoration of a shattered people. It addresses the wounds and brokenness, the trauma, the loss that afflicted the people then and now, giving them something to hold on to. It points us towards the divine healing and renewal that is offered through God. With Jesus, we are restored. We are resilient. Then and now, Zephaniah's words here give us a call to seek refuge and protection in God, to seek our guidance from God. It is still relevant. Taking the time from our busy schedule to engage in meditation, prayer, self-reflection helps us to grow closer to God, to become better human beings, to be better parents, better partners, and better Christians. It helps develop resilience and fortitude for all of us, even in a storm. In Zephaniah, modern Christians can find solace in the promise of Christ, who offers peace and hope in the midst of the storms in our lives. As we commune together as modern Christians, we get a stronger sense of hope and support as we bond together in knowing that we are facing common storms. People who share similar values can grow stronger. We understand the challenges before us better, and we understand and empathize with others as they struggle with their individual values. These days, it's so easy for us to say, if it weren't for bad news, I'd have no news at all. But Zephaniah is saying that even on those days, we can look to Jesus as he rides in triumphantly on that donkey, bringing peace and resilience to all the world. That's the lesson for this week. Have a great week.